Welcome to the Hephaestus Challenge right here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show, as well as robanddan.tv/live. We are, while getting set up here for the Glowwater Thralls versus the Riders, we are keeping a very close eye on Cake versus the Black Flight Squadron. My cakes are not doing so well, and I'm very stressed out about it.
They're bringing it back. Give them a little bit of credit. They're bringing it back. This match is going to be very important. The two matches on the Anvil division for you guys to watch. Like I'd say, all of them are going to be interesting, and all of them are certainly going to be fun. But
yeah,
I'd say the two really big ones, the two ones that really matter, are over on the Anvil division side. It's going to be Cake versus BFS, which is currently going, and Zill's Merry Men versus Sky Invading Rhinos. Those two are going to be the real deciding factors for the Anvil division to decide who goes into the gold bracket and doesn't have to fight through the silver bracket, and who, that's it. That's all I was going to say.
There you go. Of course, joining me, that was the voice of a Mr. Fourth Oracle. Over on the camera side of things, it's Rob keeping us on air. Oh my goodness. Come on, Kate. You can do this.
It'll definitely be an upset. I think pretty much everyone has predicted Cake to win this match. BFS, though, have pulled out a mine launcher competitively, and it's worked very well so far.
Oh my goodness. We rarely see competitive mines, but they're either on point or they're complete whiffs. And this time they're on point. BFS doing a good job with them.
Yeah, not bad. In any case, on this stream, though, we have a very, very cool match that's coming out. We have Glowwater Thralls going up against the Riders, which is really cool. It's the number 1 and number 2 spots in the gold division. It's not going to affect the ranking.
It is going to affect how the ladder for the gold league is formed, but I am noticing something. This was a big concern that the Glowwater Thralls had. They don't have all their normal folks here. So we have some gents filling in. We have a sacrilege member filling in. We have a CSM member filling in and helping out. Fiasco Total and Graphic Sturdy both piloting this time. They do not have Scrim Scraw.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
No Scrim Scraw. That's gonna make a big deal.
It's going to be a big deal, but then again, Fiasco Total and Graphic Sturdy are very competent pilots. I'm not worried about it. Who they have? Crown Magician's decent. Grey Knight is a very good gunner. Leon, good NG. They have. I don't know most of the people on A Harsh World, but the Wizard, they're okay. I think
that's pretty much the normal crew. On the Rider side of things,
well, not quite. They have Crown Magician. But. On
the Rider side of things, they have all hands to the deck with every one of their normal individuals. The lowest level on the Solus Ordum is level 14. Llamas Unite. Everyone else is 15. Lib GTK there with Losi. Level 15, level 15, level 15, then level 9 for Daniel there. Oh my goodness.
That's pretty terrifying to look at. It's frightening. Levels don't necessarily mean everything, though. Might have farmed him. No, possibly. For real though, I think the Glowwater Thralls really are going to be testing their mettle this week. I mean, they don't have their standard pilot, and they're going up against the Riders. They're number 2. Even if the Glowwater Thralls lose this, I mean, they're going to the gold bracket. They're going to be, I think, are they going to be number 1 in the group stages anymore? Or could Riders take it?
Riders can take it.
Good golly.
Yeah, they can grab this.
So it does matter. It does matter if you end first or second in the group stages, because because it's going to be 6 teams from the Silver League not 6 teams. It's going to be 6 teams in the Gold League. Sorry. And then the first place in the group stages get a bye.
Yep. That is how it's going to work. Daniel apparently was listening into the broadcast there, and for a moment switched over to his pilot, so he was a level 15 as well. They just want to show off at this point. Oh my
We're
goodness.
just about ready. Green light has been given.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. And we're going to ready up and get into game very, very shortly.
3 Pyramidions plus the wizard. Graphic sturdy. It's the wizard. Spire coming into combat here. What kind of spire is that? That's a Watcha spire. It's got a Gat mortar on it too, so it definitely has the firepower and the punch to get things done. We are loading in right now, folks. Paired and Rumble, first map over here on the Rob and Dan Show stream. Paired and Rumble it is. Oracle, tell us about it.
It's interesting. You got a lot of buildings that allow for teams to creep around, but you can rise above them, and there are sniping lanes that you can set yourself up on to pin people down underneath the buildings. But with plenty of cloud cover, plenty of hard cover, it's easy to move about and get a flanking position, which is why it is one of the Glowwater Thrall's favorite maps.
They love it, and they love how easy it is to maneuver a spire through this place. It is so easy to sneak that very tall but very slim ship through the alleyways and passages you have available to you. As we continue to load in here, folks, we will get loadouts available to you here. A Harsh World, the first ship for the Glowwater Thralls. That is a Gat Mortar Metamidian piloted by Fiasco Total with a side Banshee and Flare. We also have the Wizard piloted by Graphic Sturdy, Hwacha on the front of it with Gat Mortar and a mine launcher. One of those mine launchers on there as well. Oracle, go ahead with the riders.
And for the riders, we have the Solus Ortum, a Pyramidion being piloted by Hillerton. On the top deck, we have a Hades, Echidna, Portside, Artemis, and Flare. And aboard the Lib GTK, a Pyramidion being piloted by Luosi. We have a Gat Mortar forward with a Carronade and Flare on the port side. Right now, looks like the riders moving very close together. They're just going to be moving around and trolling for the Glowwater Thralls.
They're going to hope for an ambush, and I do believe it's the best choice available to them. If they get a good ambush off on that spire, they're going to take it without a major contest. But if they allow the Glowwater Thralls to set up and establish their normal situation where they usually use the spire to draw someone into a trap or some kind of less than stellar situation, the fight is going to go their direction, in my opinion. This is home turf for this spire. It really is. So you have to play it careful when you're engaging it. You cannot let it draw you into a situation that you think might be advantageous, but is in fact a complete trap.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wizard backing up, it bumps a little bit. It's turning hard. LibGTK and Solus Ortum are going to be coming through really soon here. If the Wizard can manage to get the spot on them as they're coming through, it's going to be able to get a nice Watcher barrage in. That's a fucking 50 DKP minus.
We're not going to talk about that. Oh, Rob does see that crap. I was hoping Rob had
he has the chat open. I actually got the comment last night that it's a shame when the chat doesn't show up on stream because for them it's like StarCraft 2 chat.
Riders still holding very tight and low, making sure they have very good cover at all times. They're not going to engage until they feel 110% comfortable with it. So and again, that's what they need.
Look at this. The Glowwater Thralls believe the riders to be in the northern portion of the map. I think that's a fine assumption to make, but that's not where they are. So you see the Wizards coming through. A Harsh World is covering it as it does. Look at how carefully they're playing. The Glowwater Thralls are absolutely respecting the riders.
The spot.
The Solus Ortum is going to come around, and pretty soon a Harsh World is going to have to turn. I don't know if they know. There we go. Spot goes down on the Solus Ortum, and it's just going to back away. It doesn't want to start a fight after taking Hades fire.
No, and no one would. The Hades is such a solid mid-range weapon. It will eat your armor alive. It will start burning components away. It's just a really poor way to begin any kind of engagement, but they have chem spray all over the engine column on a Harsh World. It looks like they're going to try to draw them backwards just a little bit. This is the smart move here. It looks like they want to draw them around these buildings and pry them against where the Wizard is positioned. Great move on the Glowwater Thrall's part, but riders are intelligent, incredibly intelligent, and I'm not sure they're going to go for a bait.
Yeah, they're too smart for this. The Glowwater, like they know the Glowwater Thrall's tactics. They know there's a Spire on the field. There's no way that they're going to get drawn into something like this. A harsh world at this range poses no threat. It's a gap mortar Pyramidion, and as long as the Hades Echidna has an arc, they're content to just keep pounding away. Easy shots as well, since the balloon is covered by that nose cone.
At this range, it's a no-brainer that you can just keep plastering that Metamidian with fire, and it has to back up. It cannot charge in that situation, because even if it does charge and gets in close successfully, its armor is going to be broken. And at that point, the flak will finish it off, even if it's with an arming time.
So the wizard, it's got its guns facing over to the left side of this building. It's waiting for the Soulless Ordum to come around. Okay, hanging lower. Watcher comes out. There we go. Disables both front guns, but it's going to be a long time until that Watcher reloads. And in that time, the Hades Echidna are going to be able to reload. But look at that Gatling.
LibGTK rising like a shark right in front of the wizard. It is eating it alive. No chance.
No chance. Soulless Ordum backing up hard. Able to keep its guns in arc the whole time. Beautiful move from the LibGTK, and now a harsh world is facing a harsh reality. It's dropping. It's trying to go underneath the Soulless Ordum. The Soulless Ordum is turning already to fire its Hades Echidna as it tries to run away. It's going to take the open area instead of going behind the building. The wizard spawns in close, but this might be a meat grind. The wizard is easy to see through these clouds, throws out the Watcha, trying to slow down the LibGTK, but the Soulless Ordum has easy arcs with that Hades Echidna.
Great hit there on the LibGTK. Got a lot of very good disables, but Wizard it cannot fight off two Pyramidians in this kind of range. It's simply not possible. Harsh World spawns in right next to the Wizard as well. This is not where the Glowwater Thralls want to be. They're eagerly feeding into a meat grind. This does not seem like normal Glowwater Thralls behavior.
Oh no, and a Harsh World spawns in. This is a meat grind.
Yep.
This is a full-on meat grind. Glowwater Thralls, what are you doing? This is not something that you do. Harsh World losing its armor, burning Moonshine forward, trying to charge in. LibGTK, though, going to rise up and body block for the Soulless Ordum. Armor broken on a Harsh World. Mortar and Echidna come in. 0-4 already for the Riders. They're looking to take this #1 spot.
This is a day of surprises and shocks, actually. BFS just won 5-4.
Oof.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cake is not going to be in the gold division.
Nope. It's going to be between...
Nobody saw that coming.
It's going to be between Sir and Merry Men for that second slot. Yeah.
That match this match that comes up next in the Anvil division is going to decide it. I can't believe what I'm seeing before my eyes right now, though. The Glowwater Thralls are so confident in their Spire play, but they moved the Spire forward. They thought that they could break the armor on the Soulless Ordum fast enough so they could destroy it, but it backed up, and it backed up hard. They're running Moonshine. They are able to back out of a bad situation very, very quickly, and that's exactly what they did. The Gatling was not able to break the armor. They backed up fast enough. And the LibGTK had such an easy time breaking that Spire.
Again, trying to get my information out from BFS versus Cake. A big problem there was...
Harsh World.
Oh, no.
Mortar. This may be it.
Wow.
5-0. The Glowwater Thralls cannot play without their standard lineup.
That was a very tough situation. I feel like there was a lot of disorientation going on their side of things. Definitely a lot of disorientation. I feel like they could not get themselves organized and righted after that second engagement, where they did lose 2 of their ships, and it just kept steamrolling at that point. They could not recover. Again, one thing we like to tell teams, if you feel like an engagement is not going your direction, abort. Get out of there, reset. Even if you lose an extra point to it, it means you're going to have fresh hulls and the availability of being completely information and having the advantage going into the next one. Do not continue feeding into a bad engagement. It will never go your way. And when it does go your way, it will probably be a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
There's been a little bit of confusion in chat as to how exactly the league is going to go. So I'll give you the rundown. The top 2 teams of the groups of each group stage get advanced into the gold bracket. The first spot in each group stage gets a bye in the gold bracket, since there are going to be 6 teams total. The people in the second place spot for each group stage have to fight the winners of the top 2 teams in the silver bracket. If you don't take one of the top 2 spots in the gold bracket, you get taken down to the silver bracket, best of 1 single elimination tournament, where I believe it's single elimination. That's what I last heard, unless it's changed or I heard terribly wrong. The top 2 teams from the silver bracket get to go into the gold bracket, and then they fight the number 2 spots for each group stage. Easy.
Okay. A lot of confusion going on right now. Just I think sheer because that match of BFS versus Cake and how shaky I felt Cake looked. And then Goldwater Thralls marching in there and doing their best against Riders, but clearly missing out on a lot of their main players. And that hurt them in a major way. Riders doing a great job of just making sure their mechanics are 100% solid, because it's not like those pilots were bad pilots for the Goldwater Thralls. One was Graphic Sturdy, one was Fiasco Total. We know these guys are amazing pilots. So Ryder really doing a good job of stepping up and dominating that game.
The coordination wasn't there.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
When you end up in a meat grind situation, what that means is that the captains are not talking. Like, at that point, one of the captains, Graphic Sturdy should have said, "No, I can't survive this. I have a Gap Mortar and Hades Echidna a Gap Mortar and Hades Echidna Pyramidion on me. Like, they are not going to survive." He just to say, like, "I have no cover. They're firing on me now. My armor's about to break. Don't spawn in. Like, don't spawn in right behind me." But they did it. Like, that just means that someone wasn't talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's definitely disconcerting that something like that would happen. Very, very disconcerting. So what we're going to do is we'll talk about these as the day goes on and what exactly is happening for the teams. But right now, we have an interview. Not the Goldwater Thralls, but the Mad Hatters were kind enough to sit down with me. I sat down with one of the organizers, Torazuki. She was kind enough to spend some time with me there. We are going to be right back with that interview. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Hephaestus Challenge right here on robanddan.tv/live.